Hello and welcome! Silrace here with Mechwarrior Online. One of the benefits of recording all of my games, all of my drops in Mechwarrior Online, is that I can go back and watch why did I get really bad results in a various match or various drop, so on, and realize that it's entirely my own fault. And I will be honest and say that it would be really easy to cherry pick my best and my, good and decent matches for all of these videos, but I don't want to do that, because the honest truth is, we learn the most from our mistakes and analyzing those mistakes. And that is partially some kind of content I want to bring here from time to time. Simply bad games I play, just to showcase that don't do this. For example, this. I stop movement to ensure that I have the elevation, because all of the guns here on this direwolf are torso mounted. I stop moving in a mech that moves under 49 kph, and this here is another one. I know I do not have a shot at the piranha, so I go for the UAV again, and this is where I have a little trouble with not having played direwolf for a bit. And I still don't have a shot, but I am not exactly moving in such a fashion to try and get a shot either. I am simply tracking a target I do not have a shot at. Then I turn around, start walking. At this point, if you look at the clock, if you look at the timer up there, my team is engaging combat over there already, and 2 minutes of this drop have passed already, and my contribution is shooting down 2 UAVs. And this is where I do my first bits of tiny amounts of damage to some hunchman at a far distance. And over 2 minutes, that took over 2 minutes. Because I did silly things. I turned around to go for a little mech harassing the backline, when that backline had already a Hellbringer for support anyway. They didn't need me at all. This is where I start to be able to actually contribute finally. And this is, over 2.5 minutes into the round. That is half of this round, basically. The speed at which drops go in Mechwarrior Online. You need to do damage early in quick play drops, because the damage compounds fast. Because the drops rarely last into 10-12 minutes these days. Anyway, mistakes don't end into those 2 early things I talked about there. No, not at all. Not at all. This is where I'm starting to actually get a little bit of damage in here. Obviously, if you look, I am shooting outside of my effective range there, at least for bad. But I don't really... I expect there to be a javelin there, because I saw the javelin run that way. And for some reason, I expected it to be there for way too long. I should have been in this push essentially from the beginning. The moment I realized that, okay, those folks are not actually pushing into this open area at all, I should have been at the very forefront of that push, because of the speed of this mech. You're in a slow assault. I am in a slow assault. When you are in a slow assault, your positioning is essentially how you do damage. You have to be constantly conscious of your positioning. Where are you gonna be 30 seconds from now? And I wasn't in this match. And it will show in my endgame, damage numbers massively. It's 5-1, and now I was like, hey, there are enemies behind me, let's go back that way. Alright, okay, this decision made sense. I do not want to chase with the rest of the team around the corner there, because I am slow. I can't catch up to them anyway. Now this is the first decision here that really made sense. Turn around, go back, start fighting the things which are close to me. Because I can't catch up with the rest of my team running off into the distance anyway. And if you look in the minimap, there is now one of our assault mechs is way out of position in the E8 area. Way out of the fight. However, However, that assault mech was part of the big push through through there and so on. And this is where I get stuck in geometry as well. A little bit of tiny mistakes like that. I thought I could walk through that, but I couldn't. So I was like, okay, fine. And by now it's 10 to 1. And have you counted how many mechs I have even fired at? There is like less, about a handful of mechs I've been able to, you know, put some laser beams into. Okay, now I get a little bit more here. Alright. Tiny mech running around. I get a little bit of damage. So, towards the end here, decision making actually makes sense. But in the beginning, where my decision making should have been on point, that is when I made all the mistakes, basically. Bad positioning, bad target, you know, decision on who, which target to essentially go for, and all of that stuff. I stopped moving to fire at the UAV. I should have just ignored the UAV and keep walking. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have scoreboards. Hopefully you'll learn something.